Okay, I'm back. Whoa, there's a lot of instances of the same thing. Blink. Hey, where was I? So, that's all I can pretty much do at the minute. Right. My current city is Harnath. The ones that are linked to it in the same province are Quark, Spidereach, and the Black Pillar, which are... where are they? It's these four. So, Spidereach, the Black Pillar, Quark. Now, any of the same faction, so this other faction over here, which owns the Black Pillar, I can confederate with them if I get friendly enough with them, or they get desperate enough. Depends which. Just because they're the same faction as me. That doesn't mean things like Empire and Britannia can confederate, because for some reason they can't. But each of the Empire, well, the Empire only has one faction, but each of the Britannia factions can confederate with each other, even if they are the main factions. The Dark Elves have a lot of neighbours as well as other main factions which you can confederate with. At the start now, I am sort of unfriendly with the Black Pillar, the ones that own the Black Pillar, and I'm at war with the people from Spidereach and Grond. So I'm just going to have to try and kill them off, really. Yeah, so shut that off. Choose research. Yeah, I get researchers and they do different buffs. I think I'll need a bit more money. Just a stab in the dark. I saw the money sign, I didn't really know what I was doing for that. So let's go ahead. As soon as I've built the new military upgrade for that building, I'm going to go straight back onto creating some more troops for the Crown for Crown's army. And it's showing me what other characters are doing. So they've sent their army over to Spidereach because Spidereach is a much smaller province than Grond. Because Grond is a capital, I think. Pretty sure it is, looking at the size of it. Same sort of size as Harnath, so probably. You. Right. So if I occupy the Gain Vale, which is over here, I think, then the Death Knight bar cannot fall below a higher minimum level. So it's probably going to fall either on Bitter or Respected or something like that. Capture something. Ah, so there's another one. I'm guessing each one is a different bar. Agent City of Quintex, where is that? It's all the way down here. I think that's a starting location for one of the Lizardmen. Purge Chaos. So it gets rid of Chaos Corruption. Okay. Charming. Wait one more turn. Yes, I know. It cycles through every single faction until it gets to yours, or whoever you're playing with. You can have up to one other player locally connect, or over the internet, to play with. It just takes a lot longer to try and go through turns. Press the fast forward button. Try and make it go through here. There's only a few left anyway. I'll change some of the camera settings as well so that it shouldn't take as long to try and go through turns. So on my own faction, I'll make everyone run a bit faster. On allied factions, which I don't have any yet, I shall turn lords and heroes off, put them as fast. Enemy, I want it on medium, fast, get rid of heroes, I don't need to know about the heroes. Neutral factions, off, fastest, I've got a lot of neutral factions, so I don't really need to see it. Ooh, I need to get some slaves quickly. So, yes, you are a flute. Just get some more dark shards. Ooh, dark shards are shields. No, I'll go with the lower upkeep for the minute. That's the only real difference between them, I think. Yeah, just one shielded. The one with shields are shielded and have a bit extra melee defense. That's about it. The bar on the left shows all the attributes for different units, and gives you a pretty detailed view of what they are and what they do. You can scroll over additional abilities like at the bottom. So if I pin that, I can go onto each of these, and it tells me what each of these things do. So yeah, resilience, hiding, murderous prowess, which obviously is a damage and weapon damage, and always strikes first, which really is just +5 melee attack on the first attack, I think. Okay. So wait for those to finish. I can't do a global recruitment, unfortunately, which is a shame. Okay. Next turn. God, her voice is grating on me already. Tastes like Pepsi Max. No, it's cherry cola, but still. Like this is cherry cola, but the song is. Oh gosh. Try to finish off the bottle, didn't work. That was a lot quicker. So they haven't really done the same thing because it doesn't seem like they're recruiting anyone. Yeah, sure. I'll get some more. Ooh, what should I get? Because I'm against infantry, I'll get more. These guys. If I click on an enemy army, it doesn't tell me what they are unless I get either closer or go to war with them, and then they'll tell me what units they were and what sort of state they're in. And I've got no more money after this, so I've got to start going to raid them in a minute. So, Kawak, however you say it. If you've noticed, the eagle-eyed viewers. So that's another faction, that's mine. That indicates ruins. Now, ruins, ever since Warhammer 2 came out, doesn't necessarily mean it's in ruins, the city. You can raise a city to the ground if you want to try and just refuse anyone else from using it, and usually when you do that, it gives you a load of money, depending on what faction you are. When Warhammer 2 came out, though, there's a faction that makes it always look like their cities are ruins, and that is the Skaven. Apart from capital cities that get really big, all of their cities look like they are just ruins, because their cities are underneath the cities. Here's technology was researched. So when I get over to that city with an army, it's probably going to pop up saying, by the way, this is actually another army. If if I get over to here, I can change the stance of my army, put it in ambush. They won't be able to see my army unless they pass a successful check to be able to try and see my army. And that depends on what percentage of successful ambush they have. Usually it's through Lord traits or Hero traits or something like that. Get my money soon. I would recruit more units, but I want to try and get that army to get over to me first. So, there's that one done now. I'll go with the extra growth. Try the cheap ones first. Each research goes up in time and cost, and some of them you have to get that to be able to get that. So I have to pay 2,000 gold to try and get to that. And it goes all the way to there, which each one of these takes a ridiculous amount of time, like 20 turns or 30 turns, whatever it is. You can increase your research rate through some abilities and some buildings and yada yada yada. There's a lot of ways that you can change the way that different things react to each other. I'm assuming it is the same with this Dark Elf faction. I've never actually played this one before. And the ones I did, I didn't really get past mid-game. Not out of losing, but more out of getting bored of the game. It gets very samey once you snowball your forces, and you just keep on winning battles after you get a couple of armies, really good units, and really good lords. You sort of know how to play anything else. The most difficulty I find is through the start of the game. Oh, that's a mistake. Oh, ambush foiled. So they've judged my army, and they've said, no, I'm not going to fight that, even with themselves and the garrison that's already in the city. So I'm going to go straight over. Now, this shows me the general strength of each army. I am the yellow, they are the red. They have got 6 units, I have got 14. They keep on talking to each other, just trying to diss each other like some sort of bad rap battle. I can manually fight the battle, I can auto-resolve it, I can break the siege, or I can encircle them. Encircling them makes that timer go down after 6 turns, then their units slowly die, because I've stopped them from getting any supplies like food or whatever. I guess slaves to them. I'm not going to do that, I want to make this a bit quicker. So, fight the battle manually, because if you know what you're doing, you get a lot better results than going for auto-resolve. It's just a bit more tedious fighting every battle. So this should be an easier one, because I've got more than double the amount of units they've got, and I've got a hero in mine. Most garrisons don't have heroes or lords or anything like that, whereas I've got a hero and a lord. If you want to know who would win between a fight of a hero and a lord, it usually depends on which hero and which lord, but in general, the lords win. So, this is the other type of the game. That was the campaign that we were playing before. It comes up with like some nice quotes from other armies. That was Scarsnake, the guy that's really sneaky, with the licking furball Cyber Fury. Right, so this is the battle. You can see all of your units. You can zoom all the way up to them to see each of them. This is a very intensive game on most graphics cards, because it renders all of these, at a lesser extent, from a distance. I'll tell you which one each of them are as you scroll over them. And these are 2 lords. So this is Death Hag, the hero that we had. And this is Crone, the lord. There's an area that encircles. It's hard to see on this terrain. Well, not hard, I guess. Around each lord and hero, there's a little aura around them, that blue circle. Keep units inside that, and it usually helps things like the melee attack, or most commonly the leadership of the units that are in that circle, but it can buff other things too. So Crown is the first. Once you select the unit, it lights up. They have abilities on either the left-hand side of the screen around where the frame is, or on the right-hand screen. That's usually where spells are, if they are casters. She has an ability called Gaze of Cain. She can put an area down around, well, anywhere really, but she can put an area down around an ally, and that ally, and any other allies caught in the area that she's put that down on, gets extra leadership weapon damage melee attack, but you can't control them because they go on a rampage. But if you place them strategically enough, you don't really need to control them. So at the top there's a timer. This game will last for an hour before it runs out. That shows how the overall balance of the match is going. And this is something unique to the Dark Elves, Murderous Prowess. The more abilities, well, I can't remember if it's the enemy or their own forces. The more one gets killed, the stronger they get. I think it's the more of your own forces get killed, the stronger the rest of them get. So it's like a bit of tenacity that keeps them going, really. Now, as you noticed, none of the grounds are flat. I mean, they're flat-ish, but there's bumps in it. Those are useful for any ranged units. Keep them high in the air, or in a curve to see things on a ledge, because they get more of their own units firing, and there'll be a lot less sort of waiting around for them to fire. So things like Sisters of Slaughter. No, they're melee. They're melee, they're melee, they're melee. It's just Dark Shards I've got. So Dark Shards, they're all ranged. If I put them over here, hold down the escape, the space bar, and it shows you their firing range and their firing arc for their units. So if I stretch them all the way out, it widens a bit. And more of them can fire because more of them are on the front line. So I'm going to try and keep them as far out as possible for this, just as an example. If you press Control and G, you can group them. So I can place them anywhere. Like I can just deselect. Oh, wrong one. I can deselect them, and then I just press the number 1 key, and then it just selects all of them as they were. And it'll also follow the pattern which you've grouped them in. You can change a few of the settings to make them not do that, but it's an easy way to select things in battle. So I'm going to keep them near the front, near where this small hill is, and try to position them when I see the enemy. So there's the Lord and the Hero. In general, I like to keep them right at the front, with each other, and they go off and kill stuff. And then the rest of the troops follow. I'm going to make 2 groups, make them sort of equal, put them in a formation to make it a bit easier. It's a way of grouping them while keeping in a certain, well, formation, and able to stretch with each other. And, yeah. So keep you that way, keep you that way, and Dark Shards will be off. Keep you guys there. Put the Dark Shards a bit further back. So, hold down space, you can see where you're going and where your troops are going. So, I'm sending troops like this, so these guys are charging forwards. They're pretty much going to go in a straight line towards these units. I'm going to swing around the second group of melee and make them come all in on everyone. And it just surrounds them, it breaks down their leadership, it makes more of them flee as the battle goes on. When the ranged units get up on top, I'm going to make them start firing. Well, they're on auto fire anyway, but make sure that they get in range to fire. Yeah, they're close enough. I'll just make them charge in. And I'll make the Lord go in too. all the ranged units, fire at the other ranged units. I outnumber them quite a lot, so I should be fine. Make them all go on a rampage. Yes. Better Kira, better Kira. Let's make them start firing. Kill them off. And a white light unit. And some others are fleeing. And these guys are losing their leadership quite badly. So the red bar is the health. The grey one is the leadership, and the yellow one underneath is the amount of ammo if they have ammo. So make these guys go after those. Come on, finish them off. Alright, they're all fleeing, so I'll speed the game up now because it's pretty much going to end soon. And they're all fleeing, so just keep on chasing them. I have lost some units, but not as much as auto-resolve fights can go. It could be a lot worse. Like sometimes I just lose artillery. Like a lot of the player base do, they just lose artillery, that's it. They've gone completely white, they've completely given up the chase, and they're out. They're just going to go to the edge of the map. When they get to the edge of the map, that little white line there, they'll try to regroup. Well, they'll just run off straight off the map, and they'll be out of in battle entirely. They won't run back into battle. They won't find anything of use to come back to. So I completely won. I could kill more of them, but there's no point. It's a settlement, so I may as well just take it. There's no point trying to waste a bit more time and just try and get a bit more experience. It tells you in this screen how many kills did what. Sisters of Silence and Hellerbron did a lot more than anyone else, really. Those Dark Shards did practically nothing. Apart from Pepper, that one ranged unit, which kind of helped. Kept the pressure off a bit. Didn't do nearly as well as I could have, but you know, stuff happens. Yeah. Okay, Crown. Anyway, I've gained a level with Crown, so now she's level 2. I'll be able to get a skill point. Well, use a skill point. Gives you a load of options. Capture a city, you can do a few things with it. Like I said before. Yeah, no, I'm taking it. I need it. Ooh, pardon me. Yes, I will. So what I can do is occupy it, just straight off. This should take the city, and there's a bit of public order problems, but you can deal through that. Loot and occupy. A lot more public order problems. You get some money, you regain some troops, and you get some slaves. Or I can sack it. Bit less public order problem, more money, more slaves. Raise it, get some money. I'm going to sack it because it lets me do other things. And in this case, what I'm going to do, just get this back up. Campaign marcher, route marcher, so it just makes me move more of the campaign map. The hero is also leveled up, great. Replenish troops more. so it replenishes the army a bit quicker. It's only a few percent, but it helps. Go back to the city and occupy. So it should be back up to full soon enough. I'm going to get some more dark shards. So now I have 2 cities. Just got to repair the things in this city. So I'll keep on going through those. And I'm just trying to pay attention for these guys. They're going to pop up any time zone. Usually it lists the major races first, and then now it's gotten into all the sub races and the smaller factions. Now, there's a lot of Empire factions, but there's only 1 you can play as. There's lots of Britannia factions, but there's only 3 you can play as. You know, it's they've put a lot of sub factions in, so there's more to do than just try and beat the other lords. It's to try and win over some of the smaller allies and try and get allies in different places, and you can just sort of stick to the main objectives of the game. So this is that guy that owns something else over there. He wants to be a bit more friendly with me and do non-aggression. So at least if one of us does declare war on the other, it'll look bad to every other faction you do deals with for so many turns, usually a long period of time. I'm going to say it, because he's done nothing bad against me, really. He's brought another army over, and he started to raid me. Oh, she. But I'm recruiting more units. And yeah, I'm pretty much full. Thing is, if I attack them now, they're going to be reinforced by the entire of that city. I don't know who's going to win there from looking at it like this. I can see they've got some basic units, but they've got some Black Art Corsairs, which can be a bit of a pain to deal with. I did build my army up, I guess, so I'll try, because when they're raiding, it makes it so that they're all winded in battle, so it's a lot easier for their units to fatigue. I can always run away if the odds don't look very good. Okay, so it's 50-50. I'm just going to have to charge everything straight ahead to try and get... Yeah, okay, we get it earlier. Get straight to the main army before the reinforcements actually arrive. There's 2 lots of reinforcements. 1 from the city, and 1 from the army that sort of camps next to the city. And they're both in range. They come from different positions. I can scout the terrain. Sometimes it tells me some stuff. Come on. It's just going to tell me what the terrain's sort of like. So it shows you ingredients of what's the high points. I'm going to have a hill on the right and a low point at the left. So I need all my range units up there and try and sweep around. So, fight battle. Because my units were in a city that was part of my province with my capital in, I should have all of my units healed up again for their numbers. Yeah, they're all back to normal. Also, ammunition resets after every encounter, so it's not as if you have to keep on going back for ammo or anything like that. So, you know, I didn't see much use out of these guys before, but I can't build any of the high units that actually did do a lot. So I'm just gonna make do with what I got. God, she looks creepy with those eyes. Grimgor is one badass that you don't want to cross. He is like, well, in this game you do because he's a bit of a pushover, but in this, you know, in the plot, he is. He went toe to toe with Archaon himself, and Archaon ended the world. So you know, and the reason why he lost was because he was gloating too much that he managed to punch him round. So, I'm going to make it a bit more balanced this time. Stick you, stick you, stick you, stick you, and a few of you guys, put you in a formation. And I'll stick you with these guys. Ooh, femme fatale. Stick you guys like that. And stick the rest of you guys like that. So I'll put them in formation of melee first. The ranged units would be at the back. No, I'll try doing it the other way around actually. And I'll have skirmish mode on all the ranged units. So when melee gets any very close to them, they'll just sort of try to run away if they can. If they're being charged at point blank range, by the time that they realise, then it's not going to be very helpful. But hopefully it will be. Now, I'll split my army into two. I should be able to try and turn around if I get surrounded. I'm going to try and blitz to try and get to these guys first. So, start battle. Straight over, go and kill. Speed it up to try and get them go over first. So reinforcements are coming from behind. Slow it down a bit. In fact, I'm going to make them melee from... make them readjust their position over there, so I can send the melee from this group over that way if I need them to. Gonna make all of my units rampage over there. Oh, there's not nearly as much as I thought there was going to be. Gonna make them run over that way. And I'll make her run in there. Come on, do some more. That was a spell that just happened from, I assume, the enemy lord. Making my HQ get over to the enemy HQ and hopefully Hellebrand can kill her off. Few units are retreating. May Hellbringer off that way. Pretty much got the full amount of power that my troops can get from their own units dying, so... Well, I buggered this. Right, yeah, I buggered this. Where's Hellebrand? I can kill as many as possible. Try and see if she can snap the Lord. Go on, Helly. do something. Hello, Bron. Hello, Bron. Come on. Yeah, go straight for the HQ. Come on, you can do it. I don't care about the rest of the troops. Just kill the HQ. That'll be all the help that we need. Not for this battle, but for the preceding battles. Come on, Hellebron, you can turn this around. Oh, you're doing it. Come on. Come on, you can do this. Where have you gone? You useless. So, get over there. God, you can do this. No, not Hellebron. Death Hag, you do something. No more units anywhere, is there? Here we go. Nah, they all ran. This is where the old turn wires and that's it. But no one really died, I don't think. So as long as I retreat back to the city, it should be fine. Yeah, I didn't lose an entire unit. All of them should be able to heal back up. I don't think I should put my trust into the Dark Shroud. I need better units. And I need to position them a bit better. Not get surrounded like that. Oh, I did lose a few units. Damn, and I lost the Sisters of Slaughter. That's a bit bad. Okay. Bit different. I still got experience, so I can still do other stuff. What can I get? Reduce the recruitment cost. I can't actually afford much anyway. Damn. How much is the Queen right now? I get the point. Let's see where this leads. I am way out of practice. Other races I managed to make it through Legendary before, but well, I've managed to go all the way through Legendary with Dwarves once. And I've gotten bored with going through on Wood Elves and Empire. But most of the races I just found it a bit harder. I did have a decent go at Tomb Kings when they first came out, but I just kept on being taken over by Archon the Black when I was playing Cetra. Here we go, that's that turn. Okay, so they're still raiding, so they're not actually going to be doing much to me. Ah! Yeah, I see into this, I go. Someone that doesn't like me, probably these guys that raided me, have convinced an unrelated faction to wage war on me. I don't think, no, they haven't actually replenished their troops yet, so I can't actually recruit one more, which is not great. Yeah, bloody handed. This is all I can do at the minute. So this entire game is based on Warhammer Fantasy, what is now known as Warhammer Fantasy Battle. And this is the entire world based on that. And it's been around since, like, what, the 60s, 70s, something like that. And they took pieces, like the Games Workshop, they took pieces of every other piece of fantasy that was around and put it into their own worlds, in their own setting. And here we go. They want to get peace with me because I'm still classified as stronger than them. My strength rank is 105, theirs is 118. That's how many factions there are. I don't know what the actual amounts of total factions are at the minute, but I'm a few ahead of them. I'm going to decline that because they attacked me. That's the only reason, really. Let's see what my army state is at. Now, I'm going to try again to ambush. Now, make her a bit more useful in battle. So, I'm going to stick the army there, on the road, outside of the city. Stick it in ambush, and hope that the ambush works. It didn't work last time because the army saw me. When you start out, it usually is a bit harder to try and ambush other armies. Hopefully it goes through this time. What should I get? I'll go with that. Continuous slave supply. I would go for the recruitment thing, but that's more military based. I know that my units hit like wet noodles right now, but those ones usually just include gain a few extra ranks of experience before recruiting them. God, I need some slaves soon. Who is getting tense now? Everything's riding on this one moment. Hey, bada 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 bada. Hey, bada 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 bada. Hey, bada 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 bada. Where the bloody hell are the Tarkov factions? Come on. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. There's the orcs. There's the war beasts. There's the undead. There's the high elves. There's the lizard men. There we go. Right, what are you doing? Have you seen me? You saw me. You saw me. Recruit a couple of units. Let's try and act as a bit of a buffer. Let's see what they do this turn. Start to replenish the units now, and they've got a few units back, so they're starting to raid again. Right, my army's back up to full, but it's not really helping much. So I'm going to try and see if I can go around. If I can. Again, I'll try the ambush. If I don't keep trying it, then I'll get nowhere. I need to get slaves soon. Fast forward it until it comes to their turns. Not that it can speed up much more, but let's lay down. Yeah, they saw me again. They thought I was going around for that. I'm not. All I'm doing is trying to take some slaves. I'm just going to rage it for a while. See how you like it. Yeah. Because I won't be baited. No, right? Okay, so. While that's happening, can I actually afford another here, another board? Yes, I think I can. Supreme Sorceress. Different bonuses for different small lords. What do I want? Yep. Sorry, I can't stop burping, it seems. I'll go with Weapon Master. Extra armor, piercing damage, and extra melee attack. Melee attack and melee defense defines how easy it is for units to hit and be hit. Mission successful. Raid that area, so I got some money for it. Strike first, they're the ones that almost wiped me out. Oh dear. I haven't got much of a leg to stand on, really. Yeah, they calm what they're doing. Yeah, they haven't really done much. Loyalty critical. Great. This is what I was saying about before. If I leave that unchecked, this person is going to rebel against me. So I recruited them for basically nothing, which is great. I can re-recruit them later when they've had a cooling off period. I just don't see the point at the minute. I'm going to keep raiding for a bit until either they get baited and come over to me, or I can afford something. There's not much else I can do at the minute. See what they want. Nah, there's nothing like that for it. So there's a diplomacy screen. You can do a few things. Trade agreement, military access, so you can move armies through. Defensive alliance, if one person wages war on you or them, then the other will also wage war on whoever waged war. Military alliance, if you make a military alliance with someone, whoever you've allied with makes war on, you also make war on, and the other way around. Confederation, both factions join up. Whoever suggests the confederation is the one that owns all the land. And it takes the other player out of the game, basically. You can do it with major factions, but if you're playing co-op with someone and you're playing two factions that should be able to confederate, you can't. Let's see who else can talk to. Concur. Aggression. Nagaron, one of the Dark Elves. Well, maybe. Military access. Defensive alliance. I'm 43, he's 21, so I've got up in a few ranks. Try and put both at the same time. Nope. I actually don't care really. So I know those factions. Can't see any of the factions, so I'll just leave it at that. Okay, Lord not moved. I don't need to move really. I'm in walking distance of both of my cities, so it's pretty vital I stay there really. Set that notification, end turn. As Dark Elves raise, they also raid for slaves, so you don't take it from the other faction, you just generate it. Especially like civilian populace or something. It doesn't have a detrimental effect on the other faction. The money does, but the slaves don't. They've gone to my city, and they will win. That I can't defend against that. So I decide to defeat. Fine. What are you gonna do with it then? Oh, you just run it straight back to your own city. Fine. I see. Someone has waged war against those guys though, so someone else is closing in on them. Come on. Okay, cool. Cool. Just need to repair those. That's a lot of money I need to repair those. It's sort of not worth it. I can only keep on trying to ambush, really. Raiding is not doing much for me, is it? I'm getting plenty of debuffs now, so it's getting harder and harder for me to try and keep up. I need them to fall into my trap. As soon as I get some sort of buff for ambushes, I'm going to be set. But at the minute it's a bit hit or miss. It's mostly miss at the minute, but yeah. Come on, get through it. Well, they're offering that, but that's not really because someone else has waged war against them, so I'm going to decline. I've lost too much to you. Aha! I've got you. Right, I've got a bigger army, and you're raiding. I'm going straight over and wiping you guys out. Hopefully. There's no point in that, I don't really spell cast this yet. Straight in. It's equal again. There's some Dark Riders, so there's some cavalry. But most of it's really standard troops, just the Corsairs that are going to be a pain in the ass. I've got more heroes though, so I'm going to try and play that a bit more. Remember, try to flank. With all my dark shards. Yeah, I made a terrible mistake of making so many dark shards. Come on, we can do this. Come on, come on. I got a feeling the execution is going to be the brunt of the force. I have to save them for. No, I've got some spearmen to try and counter the cavalry. Come on. Right, I'll try and make this all strategic like. So, I need 2 of you. Then you guys. Then you guys. I'm going to stick you with them as well. Set you and a group on your own. Set you as a group. And set you as a group. I need to stay on high ground. I'm not going on low ground. Middle. End. Hopefully the end one's going to be the one that the rider's going to go for more. But we shall see. So 4, I'm going to stick over there. Stick number 5 over there, and number 6 over there. Start the battle. I'm going to go slow motion. I want to be able to see everything that's happening. Slow motion, half the speed, obviously. Well, it wasn't obvious that it was half the speed, but in legendary, that's no button. There's a problem with the graphics card there. It's just snowing in one random section. Great. On legendary difficulty and very hard battles, you can't slow down. So use it to practice for easy difficulties, but for actual fights, it's not really that useful. I'm just going to try to win this with everything I have. I say that now, I'm going to look like a total knob if I don't actually win. Turn guard mode off so they won't just sort of stand in one place. There. Not everyone. Oh, no. Stay on it. Make you go over there. Make you go over there. Make you all go over there. Make you go there. So, if I send you guys... Turn off that group shit. Just at the cavalry. Go on, you can take it out. 2 groups of spearmen versus 1 group of cavalry. Hopefully you can not be useless. I'm going to send all that group of dark shards over there. Pour everything into those guys. Oh, they cast a spell. They've knocked down quite a few of my men from one of my units. They probably killed a couple. Right, I'm going to make my executioners as soon as they get a bit closer. Come on, get closer, get closer, get closer. Ah, go for the Corsairs, yes. I'm going to make Helaron at least make them go insane. No, not the... Oh, did it get him? Did it get him? Did it get him? I don't know if it did. Yep, they're almost decimated. Great. Move you guys over that way. Move you guys over that way. I'll send you over there. I'll send you over there and have that spearman group just chase them. Right, what else is happening? So those are Black Ark Corsairs, and they're just dealing with Dread Spears. That's sort of holding them up for a bit, and thankfully it's doing some damage. But they are the most threat that we're going to have at the minute. Oh, apparently those Dread Spears are doing good against my Bleak Sword. So come on, Executioners, do your thing. And Crown isn't doing as much damage as I was hoping she was going to, but she's doing something, hopefully. You focus fire down that Dark Shards group. And number 6, you focus down that group. You guys chase them. Right, I'm going to put on play. Just going a bit slow for me. As soon as something goes a bit south, I'm going to slow down again. Right. I'm winning a combat over there. I'm winning them. They're going to retreat soon. They're retreating. Turn you guys to make those Dark Shards retreat. You focus fire on them. Victory's in my grasp. I'll wait till I see that. Oh, right. Crown, get over there and attack Celadriel. Because I think everyone else over here is fine. And that's all those Dark Riders defeated now. So, I'm going to make these guys reinforce Well, I'm going to send them over that way. Turn that back on. And then they'll charge in. So do your thing. Did a lot better this time. Random spell, it just made some of my troops walk back. There we go, I won. Whew. End battle. So anything else? I lost 200 troops, well, 230 troops, and they lost like more than 2/3. More? Yeah, more than 2/3. Well, almost. Of their troops. So they're going to have some troops left, and they're going to be able to retreat a bit. So that's why I chased them down and just killed them again if I have the movement range. Come on, load. Hellebrand killed the most there, surprisingly. She is quite good against infantry. So, I need slaves. But I also need unit experience. Oh, this is a tough one. I go slaves. I don't have enough slaves. Because it makes my army replenish itself a bit more. So, I leveled up. Go with that, because I'm actually winning a battle now. What can I go with you? Soothsaying, leadership or size. Goes up a bit. Right, and just chase you down. A wood auto resolve, but I don't want anything weird to happen, so fight battle manually. It's weird, quotes like that, you never quite, I don't remember where exactly Sternberg is in the maps. Well, it's not in the game, in this game, but I'm guessing it's somewhere near Helmgart or something. You can't quite tell if he's talking about like Beastman or Skaven or Chaos. It could be, this is very abstract in that sort of way. Okay. So I'm in the trees, and they're all huddled together with what remnants they have for troops. It should be a lot simpler to try and fight this time. I'm going to stick you into one massive group. I'm going to stick you all into one massive group. Turn off guards, toggle skirmish on, turn off guard. Put you first. Put you all second. Start battle, charge. Now when you group them up and you put them in formation, they'll move as fast as the slowest unit. Thankfully, because it's all infantry, they're all pretty much the same speed. But if you get a group of certain infantry, like those Sisters of Silence, I think they move a lot quicker than most of the counterparts. So, and there goes the bolts. And here we go. They're gonna just sweep in at the middle. There we go. They've targeted properly now. They're going to still fire pot shots, but really they're not going to fire as nearly as much as they should do if they're targeting someone specifically. So that's a unit of Dark Shards completely dead. I keep on making them retarget because they move some units out, they move some units in, and they'll charge again. Every time you charge, you get a bonus to attack and some other things. This one's known as a charge bonus, unsurprisingly. Where's Hellebron? I'll stick that aura over there. Go on, gonna rampage everyone. You offer nothing. Make you guys retarget. Where's the enemy lord? Ah, they've given up. The enemy lord's dead. Right, that's it. They've lost. So there's still some units left. We'll see if any survive. I'll end it right now. If it let any more die off, it might have. I might have saved it. If I can make a retreat again, I can try and fight them again, and get more rewards, more experience, and make the opposite faction have less money in their coffers and stuff like that. So I only lost 74 that time. A lot less troops to lose, but you know. So there's some left there. So I'm hoping that in the next screen they won't have had any units just disband themselves, but we'll see. So the ones that killed the most last time was pretty much the Dark Shards. They actually managed to get quite a decent tally this time. It must have been that entire unit they wiped out of the Dark Shards. Okay, what can I get this time? I get a few slaves and some more replenishment, so I can get some experience. I'll go for the experience. Yep, managed to make a retreat again. Do I have the movement speed? Yes, I'm just in range. Hopefully they won't retreat. More slaves. And this time I'll just wipe them out. Auto resolve. And more experience. Great. So I've got quite a bit of money now. You more replenishment on you. That's great. Move it back that way a bit. And what can I recruit? I need some more infantry. I'll go with that. Please swords. Okay, I can get some extra research. I don't have any Black Hawk Corsairs yet, so I'll do that. Then plus speed for Dread Spears, Dark Shards, recruit rank, and leadership. So I'll probably go for speed and then no. Leadership, then speed, and then recruit rank. If I can make it there, because the bar's almost at the bottom. Ugh. Let's do some major sacking soon. Shan severely constipated. I mean, jeez, that must hurt. Right, so let's see what state my army's in. Oh, I'm in range to go and sack one of their... Yep, one of their settlements. And they don't have walls. Lots of recruitments, lots of recruitments. Slave proneness. Yep, I'm going to go straight for there. So I thought the easiest battle because it's still got a death hag. But... yeah, I'll fight this battle just because it's a load of Black Hawk Corsairs. Black Hawk Corsairs are like they're pirates, and they can be quite problematic because they're a bit more armoured than the bleak swords and stuff like that. But they're the same sort of layout, layout of weaponry and stuff, but a bit more shielded, a bit more skilled. And I just need to make up the numbers and try to flank them to try and make them give up. I'm not actually after this city, I'm just after the slaves, so I can replenish all my need for slaves. Right. So as you go further down out of the wastelands, it gets completely different scenery. I know you've only seen ice so far, but this is the current one. This little foundry over here is what is supposed to be one of the Dark Elf villages or towns. Settlement, I guess is how it's called. So... put you... yeah, put it like that. One on that side, two on that side. I know it didn't work last time, but hopefully this will be enough. Try to stretch them out as far as possible. Just want a bit more surrounding power. There we go. I'm gonna make all of you just pour everything you have into those. I don't want those biting me in the back. Come on, take them out, take them out, take them out, take them out. Death Hag still hasn't so many abilities, but she should be fine on her own over there, wherever she is. I'm going to send the Death Hag against the Lord, if she can get through the crowd. Come on, come on, come on, you can do this. Try and surround those horses, come on. You can do this. But Drakira. Here we go. Without looking, the rest of the forces have just been swept up. Boom. End battle. That was a very easy encounter, but... the ones that killed the most in this battle was Dark Shards. I was underestimating my Dark Shards, or just not using them right. Must have been. And their Death Hack was the thing that, oh no, I guess it was one of the Corsairs that killed the most, but yeah, their Dark Shards or Shields killed nothing, so here's all the positioning. I'm going to sack. Thank you. I did a quest. Excellent. And I can do this. To fill the Death Knight to maximum. Great. Death Knight just kills a load of slaves, really. Blood Voyage will spawn next turn. And it doubles the Death Knight slave requirements. Oh dear lord. So that means if I want to try and get out of that area, I need to go and take those other two settlements. Okay. What is a Blood Voyage? I guess I'll find out. I can afford to upgrade that city over there. Extra recruit. Can I do anything? No, I'm just going to try and run as far as I can back to my city. No, I won't. I keep sacking that until I realise that they're strong enough to try and do anything. What's quite funny is that in World of Warcraft was actually made as an example. Oh, there's another army spawn there. World of Warcraft was birthed out of the game's Warcraft. Warcraft is an RTS game that is based on like Warcraft 1 was supposed to be set in the world of Warhammer, but the Games Workshop wouldn't sell out their oh, it's an allied army. Okay, cool. Cool, right. But Games Workshop couldn't get the PA for it, so yeah, he already raided me, so I'm just going to take this. So what they did instead was kept on making their own storyline and all their characters and the way that their races pan out and their actual setting. They had to make that all from scratch from Warcraft 2. And that's how WoW actually came to be. As it just grew from Warcraft 3 and the characters through that. Fun little bit of trivia that quite a lot of WoW players remind you. Well, Warhammer players. Show on there, may as well recruit. Damage building, okay, fix that. I think I'll just do a couple more turns and then I'll end the stream. taking up a valuable amount of time. Hey, Nagarond. Declare war. Oh no, don't declare war on me. I need you. He's got a legendary lord and he's gonna. Oh, for goodness sake. Yeah, let my Blood Voyage see if he can do anything. And he's refused to. Oh god. So the Blood Voyage only seems to care about high elves. He won't go after the dark. I don't know. But he's not my ally anymore. So I was born something that's going to be next to no use of me. At least it won't wage war on me. It'll soften up something else. But it's still not ideal. That army that spawned is a Beastman army. It's just going to keep on spreading chaos corruption through my lands, which makes it harder for my unit to be there and easier for his to be there. Right. Hey, your days are numbered. Guys I've been waging war with has had one of their other settlements razed to the ground or taken over by Skaven. Looking at it, I think it's that those guys that waged war on me ages ago because someone else asked. It seems like they've raised it and put a totem there of the snake. Snake? It's snake. Yeah, that's what Norscan tribes can do. You have just got Ungors and one Gore herd and your lord. I am going to take you out. I'm not having you raiding my lands. I've got no allies. Oh, you've... Yeah, I managed to reach. I'm not going to withdraw. It should be simple enough. Ungors have very little in the way of leadership, so it's very easy to try and make them all retreat. This is going to be, hopefully, a walk in the park. It's just that there's a lot of numbers behind them. Most of the composition is melee, so I might have to sort of concentrate on walling up and having the dark shards pick off things. Yeah, there's a hill to the right. Oh, it's the same map I've been on before. There's not really much of a hill, but it should help. So, I'm a bit in the lead, but I'm not going to try and lose that lead. I need you guys on one side, you guys on the other, you folks on one part, you folks on another, you okay, turn guard mode off for everyone. So stick you at the end. Switch you round, I think. And then have you guys there like that. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys there and you guys up this way. That seems like an alright composition. Slow motion. do it the other way around. So, stick you over there. Yeah, so we're moving. There's a lot of melee. Should be fine. Where are you going? Oh, guess you have a bit of a short range. Gonna stick that on you. No! I don't mean to get you out of the unit. Oh, I don't care. Where have we gone, huh, Lebroni? There we go. You're doing great. Victory's in my grasp already. And some units have gone on a rampage. Great. Go on, take down the Lord. You can do it, Elrond. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Go on, yeah, go on. One more strike. Thank you. And everything else should just crumble soon. Yeah. All the leadership just suddenly gives up. Come on, give up, give up, give up, give up, give up. There we go. All sorted. And battle. Hopefully they'll come back with a new lord next turn. Just so I can farm a bit. Whoop doop. Yeah, good. The training. Ooh, new abilities. That's specific to Helleron, so I'm gonna go with Lightning Strike. No, Lightning Strike. I need Lightning Strike more. That lets me attack someone without having them call reinforcements. As long as I am the one attacking. No, I think you can also do that sometimes with someone's attacking you. Anyway, that is the first stream I'm doing of Total War Warhammer. Hopefully I'll try and do another one tomorrow. But yeah. I hope we see any other viewers at the 24-hour gaming events this weekend. It should be a good show. As always, just try to make sure that you can donate whatever you can to the Just Giving Virgin Money Just Giving page, and try and see what you can actually put forward for the PWSA. Thank you very much. I'll just try to see if I can turn this off. Yeah. Until next time.